So a good question would be, is spirituality or self-realization, whatever you want to call it, about adding layers onto you until you reach a point where you say, oh, I'm self-realized? Or is it about stripping away layers until you find what's already been there
Right.
the entire time?
Yeah, that's a great question. I want to tie that into something Toll says in the beginning of Power Now, where he basically says that there are a lot of beggars in the world, right? People who have their hand out, they're looking for something externally, and little do they know they are sitting on top of a wooden crate of pure gold. And that's really the truth, right? That we inherently already have all of the conditions for peace that we need in this human existence. The tragic part is that not that many people know this, right? And the reason why is something is basically something you touched on, which is the layering, right? We layer ourselves with this sense of self, with these forms of protection throughout our lives, right? Compare a child to an adult. How are they similar? How are they different, right? Childhood is one of the ways a child differs from an adult is a child doesn't have these layers of this unnecessary added complexity. Children have a lot less of a struggle living in the present moment. So how can this video be applicable to the viewers? Think back to when you were a child. How does what you're doing now compare to what you were doing in your younger years as a human?
Yeah.
So to get back to the question you asked, my thought is that the purpose of becoming more conscious is to strip away these layers, realize that we have already inherent within us the good, the beautiful, and the true.
And I think that's basically this whole thing that we're talking about is you're already complete, you're already whole, you're already pure, you're already perfect, but
Right.
it's just whether you realize that or not.
Right.
And it's how are you going to realize that?
Right.
That's really what it's all about. But I also want to get back into just those distractions in the modern world and what kind of keeps us from realizing that within ourselves we're all perfect already, we're all good, and it's all on us basically to create the world that we want to live in, instead of looking outside of ourselves and saying, is the government going to create the world I want to live in? Are these institutions going to create the world? Are other people? Are my family members? Is my spouse going to create it?
Right.
But actually taking full responsibility for yourself by looking deep within yourself and saying, I have the power, and I'm in control, I'm in the driver's seat to create the world and manifest the world I want to live in.